my story is a little different, and I think it's too long for me to get into all the gory details of it. I always knew I wanted to be licensed. You know, and I'll talk about my P experience because that was the first one. You know, NCAA was way ahead of the curve compared to NCARB, because even back in the 80s and early 90s when I was in school, NCAA had the foresight to start allowing engineers to take the fundamentals of the engineering exam, the first exam they explained, before you graduated school. So I took the FE exam when I was a senior in college and passed it, and was fortunate enough to pass it. So I had already started my journey towards licensure before I graduated from school. I had, similar to Ken, my first 4 years experience out of school was working for a minority engineering firm, which was a fantastic experience. I mean, but that was it. After that, I was in majority everyday white firms after that until we started our own. And he pushed hard. But even then, you know, I was young, recently married, had kids, you know, I was, so it was important to me, but it wasn't that important. And that first company I worked for, he was a sole proprietor. And I saw the stress that he was under, as you know, as a Black man owning his own firm. And although he pushed for me to do it, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was like, yo, there's no way I would do what you're doing. So at least he helped me when I did decide to know I wanted to have a partnership, because no one human being should do it. Ken, Ian, I got a lot of respect for y'all brothers. It's too much for me. But I did not, me personally, I didn't actually get into the exams until it was clear to me that I was ready to start my own firm. So I did wait years later. You know, but honestly, there was a point, I mean, you know, architecture saved me, because it got to a point I was sick to death of engineering. And then that love for architecture that had kept me in this business. But I'd have been a music producer, so I'd have got the hell out of this, you know, back in the days. So, but I eventually got my license when it was clear to me that I hit that glass ceiling that, you know, some of you may have experienced, and those of you who haven't, eventually you will, if you're not licensed, that spot where you can go no further. And, you know, it became an obvious choice that I had to do it. So that was it. That's ultimately the quick and dirty version of how I originally became a professional engineer.